when you come in and you say, oh, these are men, competing against women, you're assuming that the women are weak and just can't do anything except be here. Have you seen female athletes? They know what they're doing. So I'm not sure what's going on or why this is an issue.
This is going extremely viral right now. Just when you thought The View could not get any worse, Whoopi Goldberg and the ladies on The View just did something blasphemous, in my opinion. They have Dylan Mulvaney, who is a trans activist on TikTok, who I have not heard about in a long time, come on because of the Gavin Newsom meltdown over trans athletes competing in men competing. You get the point. You get where I'm going with this. It's a failing California law that right now Gavin Newsom has spoken out against, and boy, oh boy, they are not happy about that. This is a wild segment. Buckle up. You might want to even click off the video, which I understand. Buckle up, ladies and gentlemen. This is crazy. Take a listen.
I wanted to ask you, because there's been all of this debate about whether transgender athletes should be able to compete. And last week, California Governor Gavin Newsom said that he thinks that trans athletes competing in girls' and women's sports was deeply unfair. Now, I want to hear what you think.
She's saying this, mind you, again, the crowd is very quiet. Crowd goes quiet for a reason, because she's making these faces as if the rest of them, this is an 80-20 issue. 80% of Americans agree with this, maybe more.
Because I'll tell you what I think, too.
Yeah. The last time I played a sport, I was 6 years old and I was on a soccer team, but I assigned myself as the nurse. So I sat with the Band-Aids. And so in the words of Wicked, I am not that girl. But a dear friend of mine, Skylar, he is a trans athlete. His handle's Pink Manta Ray. That's someone who I really look to for guidance. And I think that is what's tricky, is like, now stepping in this identity. I'm still like a baby trans, I've only 3 years in. Tomorrow's my anniversary.
Your friend went from female to male and is competing with other males.
Correct.
No.
Yes.
Her friend.
Her friend went from female to male and is competing with other males.
So Gavin doesn't have a problem with that.
Well, I think part of the problem that the trans community is facing, and it's the same problem that women face, is if you don't know anything about our bodies, you don't know how it works. So when you come in and you say, oh,
what? Yo, Whoopi is really trying to defend this. Oh, no. Oh, this is so bad. Democrats, you are cooked.
These are men, competing against women. You're assuming that the women are weak and just can't do anything except be here. Have you seen female athletes? They know what they're doing. So I'm not sure what's going on or why this is an issue. The same.
Where is this going?
For me, as when people say, oh, I don't know how I feel about you. You do. God doesn't make mistakes.
No.
And the challenge is not to the trans people, it's to the people who are not trans. That's what God is looking to see, how you treat people.
Did she just say she just said God doesn't make mistakes? The challenge is not to the trans people. It's to the people who are not trans. That is who God is looking to see how you treat people. So again, defending this issue, you have Dylan Mulvaney on the show. They're really going hard on this 80-20 issue. The rest of the panel is like very confused. What the hell are you talking about, Whoopi? What the hell? Why? If you want to win another election, you have to let this go. This is not going to go well. Gavin Newsom literally went on invited Charlie Kirk on the show to speak about this specific issue. If you don't know what I'm talking about, take a listen.
So like, you right now should come out and be like, you know what? The young man who's about to win the state championship in the long jump in female sports, that shouldn't happen. You as the governor should step out and say no.
No, and I appreciate
but like, would you do something like that? Would you say no men in female sports?
Well, I think it's an issue of fairness. I completely agree with you on that. So that's easy to call out, the unfairness of that.
That's the clip. That's the clip that has the Democrats melting down, basically bringing God into the situation, saying that, nah, it's not them, it's really you. God is judging you. And this is all because Gavin Newsom said, yeah, you know what? Yeah, common sense tells me that young men playing in women's sports is not good. Genetically, it's just not good. It's the reason why the NBA is all male and the WNBA is all female. It's just genetics. It's just the way it is. It's a simple topic. It's 80-20, 90-10, really. But apparently, they're doubling down, and I don't think they want to win another election. And in fact, I want to show you this clip here from Van Jones. He was asked about his party on CNN. And again, party leaders, voices like Whoopi Goldberg and the rest of the View on ABC, I think they should be canceled. But again, free will, people still watch that show by the millions. So this is the alternative. So he's asked about, the party and where they're going. And ladies and gentlemen, this is just a demonstration of where the Democrats are in 2025. Take a listen.
Look, man, we're screwed. I mean, we don't know. No, Democrats don't know what to do. This is a nightmare. Somebody like Donald Trump, we thought we'd at least have Hakeem Jeffries in the speaker's chair to hold him back if we didn't have Kamala in there to do the right thing. Listen, the Democratic Party is going through a massive set of internal crises. You have a party that got trapped two ways. One, defending a broken status quo that nobody likes because they thought that Donald Trump was going to make it worse. But when you're defending the status quo, you're going to lose. And then offending most people in the country, calling everybody sexist and racist and transphobic and every other name, and then saying, please follow us. That's not a good strategy, folks. Defending a broken status quo and offending most of the country turns out is not as popular as my party thought it was going to be. And so it's going to take a while for people to get it figured out.
And they're still going. The Democratic Party's approval rating fell to 31% according to the Quinnipiac. I can never say this. Quinnipiac? Is that what it is? Somebody correct me if I'm wrong. I think that's it. The poll that was taken of the start of President Trump's second term, I think that poll will be refreshed in the next 6 months, and that approval rating might go down to the 20s. And if that happens, ladies and gentlemen, the Democrats are screwed. Again, you have shows carrying the Democrats over and over on CNN, MSNBC. You have Joy Reid getting fired. You have things trying to balance themselves out because they see that some people are just not beneficial to the Democratic Party. It's just not a winning. It's just not winning. It's not a winning formula, and they're noticing that. But yet, they're still doubling down on these issues in front of millions of people. I mean, again, you have Dylan Mulvaney, right? Baby trans. No offense, Dylan. Just if that's even still your name, I'm not sure. I know YouTube is very sensitive on these topics, so I got to be extremely careful here. But the reason why I'm talking about it is because it's a losing topic. But mostly because they're really mad at Gavin Newsom. Like, the whole party is abandoning him off this 80-20 issue, which just shows you that you can't really be against this. Can't be against it. And again, this wouldn't really be a big deal if they did just keep talking about it. Rules were set. Just keep it moving. But they're not going to keep it moving. They're going to double down on it. And so you might even ask, well, why did Trump even make a rule for it? Well, because it's an existing issue for ladies. How far are you willing to let this issue go without doing something about it? That's really, I think, what Trump's stance was. And many people with common sense was like, well, this could get out of hand, and we're seeing it get out of hand in real time. Who's going to stop it? I think that's what America voted for. They didn't want to see that. They're not going to tell you, but I think that's what America voted for. Again, ladies and gentlemen, make sure to smash the like button. Let me know what you think about the Democrats. I'm pretty sure I will have some Democrats on here. Would you defend this? Do you think this is good? Do you think that this is bad? Let me know if you defend women's sports being an open source for males who want to play. I don't know at this point. Democrats just, the party that I once loved, the party that America once loved, is now about to be under in the 20s in the approval rating. That is terrible. All right. Love you guys. See you guys on the next one.